Hello everybody, my name is Robin and welcome to my channel BirdsEyeStitches. This is a channel about cross stitch, so if you are new here, then welcome. I hope you are here because you have a love of cross stitch like I do. And if you are returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back and for choosing to spend a little bit of your time with me. So today is Monday, January 18th. I had the day off of work because it is Martin Luther King Day, and in my position, that is a holiday that we celebrate as far as getting a day off of work. And if you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you know that anytime I do get a day off of work that's unexpected or a holiday, I usually take that time to film, because what better way to spend a day off than filming with you guys? So that's what we're doing. It is not morning. I typically film in the mornings. It's pretty late in the day, which means it's going to be kind of a race against the sun. So this shouldn't be that long of a video. I wish I had more to show as far as stitching goes, but that's okay. Anyway, it won't be that long of a video because one day I will invest in one of those fancy ring lights. That day is not today. Today my ring light is the sun. And the sun is going down, so we'll get right to it. Let's see, my last video about 2 weeks ago, lots of great comments on that one. A few of you had made some comments about the Laughing in Flowers by the Victoria Sampler piece. I pulled that one back out to show again. In my last video, I had pulled out probably 20 or so charts. I was doing a stash dive slash cleanup, you know how you do at the beginning of the year or whenever you go through everything. And when I was doing that, I pulled out a few charts that really caught my eye, things that as I get things finished, I will be kitting these up, and these will be the things I plan to start this year. I have no idea if I'm doing Mania. I don't know any of that just yet. But I do know if I'm doing new starts, unless they are sales that I have planned with people, they're going to come from this pile. That doesn't mean that I'm not buying things. That doesn't mean I won't add to the collection. It just means I want to show some love to some of these older charts that I've had hanging out in my collection. So this one, Laughing in Flowers by the Victoria Sampler, says the design is by Kathy Jean. Looks like this. It's really pretty. The words say, "The earth laughs in flowers," which is a cute little saying. And the reason why I like it, I just really like the wildflowers and the colors, and of course there's a little bird in there. But it's the wildflower look that really kind of called my name. So this is going to be the one that I'm going to kit up. I'll probably start kitting it up this week, at least, pulling the floss that I have on hand. It looks like it's kitted in all gentle art and weeks. There is no DMC. So I didn't look at that till right this moment. So in other words, I'll probably be purchasing or substituting in from stash. That's okay. Make it work. But if you would like to stitch this, Laughing in Flowers by the Victoria Sampler, I believe it's still for sale on her site. Fair warning. All the called for is gentle art, Krynic. There's a silk in there, and there's some weeks. Or you can pull from stash. We'll find out. But with that said, when you're done, it looks like this. So it's probably worth it. But that's coming. Okay, what else did we have from comments? I tried to write down a couple little things. A few of you also commented that you were going to be stitching some birds for the bird wall sal, the bird wall hashtag on Instagram. The hashtag is for the birds sal, so for the birds SAL. If you put in for the birds, there's like 500 things that pop up, so you have to add the sal at the end. But there has been a couple people who have put some posts up on that, so that's been really fun to see. Let's see, I had Linda, I think it was Linda. She is starting, it's just a really beautiful big bluebird. So that's really gorgeous. I can't wait to see what that looks like whenever she's done. And then Southern 5200, she put up a picture on Instagram. She had a finish. I thought it was a finch, but it says that it is a baby nuthatch. So I should probably learn my birds, but it's a really pretty, it looked like a finch to me, but it was a baby nuthatch. And she put that up on the Instagram post. So I jump on there a couple times a week, and I just really like seeing all the different birds. And hopefully someone is building a nice bird wall just like me. I have no birds on the bird wall yet, but they are coming. So, okay, what do I have to show? I've got a couple whips, tiny bit of haul, got the giveaway, another giveaway coming up at the end, and a little bit of plans. So it should be a fairly quick video, probably under 30 minutes, which is good because my natural ring light has about 30 minutes left in it. So here we go. All right, one of the first things I worked on my Whip Go board, they called 3 numbers because one of the numbers that they called was the free space. My free space was a new start, and I was also starting the Glitter Village with my friend Carolyn Seasick Stitch and my friend Andrea, who does not have a Flosstube, but she should. Anyway, we are all starting Glitter Village together, and so it just so happened that I could do that start and knock out the free space all in one. So my goal for all of my Whip Go squares is 10 hours. I'm attempting to get them done within the month. I feel like it's completely possible when there's 2 squares. 3 is kind of a push, especially when I'm trying to fit in all of my pieces for Baringo and the Magazine Monthly Challenge. It's a lot. It will happen, but it's a lot. So I did get 10 hours done on Glitter Village. The one that I chose to do first was Glitter House number 8. Looks like this. It's the pink one. I am stitching this on a piece of 32 count vanilla latte linen. It's an opalescent fabric by Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie. It is left over from my glitter Christmas elf fairy, something like that. So I don't know how this is gonna show up with this light, but the white does actually come through a bit in person. It's not as, the contrast isn't as great as I would normally like it to be, but this is gonna be one of many houses. And so I don't mind that this one is a little bit lighter because the house is darker than most of the rest. So in the 10 hours that I have stitched, it is almost complete. So I'm probably gonna keep this out because I've also been using this piece to make snowballs on the Semi-Sane Stitchers. I'm doing the monthly snowball challenge, which has been really fun. This is the piece I've been using to make snowballs, and I have like 280 stitches out of the 300 I need for my next snowball. If I finish this, I'm gonna be just over the 300 stitches. So number 1, I'm like 30 stitches away from a finish. Number 2, I need a snowball, and it would just be really nice to have a start and a finish in the same month. So this was a new start and almost done. I'm stitching it with the called for colors, called for DMC, with the exception of the house and the roof. The house is in Classic Colorworks Pink Champagne. Looks like this. And the roof is the Gentle Art Cider Mill Brown. Looks like this. So please excuse the tangle there. But mix of called for and whatever I have on stash, because with these houses, I like the big chunks to have some nice variegation to it, but I feel like I've got quite a good stash of fancy flosses these days that I can kind of make do. So I really like stitching that. It was a really quick stitch. Like I said, 10 hours, I'm almost done. It's probably 11 hours from start to finish on this guy. So that's exciting. I'll be stitching the entire series. They're all gonna be on different colored fabrics. They'll all be on opalescent fabrics. And I have absolutely no idea how I'm gonna finish them yet. However, in my next video, I have a lot of fully finished things coming. I have a bunch of frames. I've pulled out tons of pieces. I've washed them all. It's actually how I spent most of my day today. I was washing pieces and ironing. I actually ironed. So I ironed pieces, getting them ready to go onto frames. And I have some sticky board, so I'm gonna do some experimentation with that. That's for next time, but I'm still pretty excited. So by the time I'm done with all of that and I learn, I should be pretty good for glitter houses. We'll see. All right, the next thing I worked on is the piece for the bird wall. This will be the first one that makes its way up there, which is great because it's beautiful. I love it. This is Berries and Robins by Madame Chantilly. It will eventually look kind of like this. And I don't know how well you can see, but you've got all these really beautiful robin birds, and then it has the words home written down here on the side. So that in this pattern, you can actually make this home piece, sorry for the glare, home piece, as well as this pillow and this cute little robin with the envelope. So I won't be stitching any of those, so I know I mentioned this last time, but when I finish this piece, I'll end up giving away the rest of the patterns. There's 3 separate patterns in here, so that'll be a future giveaway to one of you guys. I am stitching mine on Color and Cotton Ozark. It's a 32 count linen from Color and Cotton. We are here. Trying to lean this way. So last time you guys saw this, I'm sure I can see it better. Yeah, last time you guys saw this, I had just this little top piece done. I have finished this whole bird, and then I just got started on this second bird here. I have been stitching on this piece every time I get hit by a snowball. So if you're in Semi-Sane Stitchers and you're part of the snowball challenge, you can make a snowball by stitching on something for 300 stitches. So you take a picture of your piece, you do 300 stitches, take another picture, show the progress, and then you can claim and you get a snowball. So you get this picture that has your snowball number. Then you can take that snowball and you can throw it at somebody. When you get hit by a snowball, you have to dry off. And so this has been my dry off piece. In order to dry off, you have to do 100 stitches. So I think I've been hit by 4 snowballs. So since my last video, I've put 400-ish stitches in on this. I hate getting hit by snowballs, but I love stitching on this piece. So it works. This will stay out for the rest of the month because every time I get hit by a snowball, pulling this guy out, see how far I get. So it's fairly quick stitch. Have the rest of the words, this bird, and there's one more bird and some berries. So we'll see what happens. But I really, really love this piece. This fabric is quickly becoming my very favorite fabric of all my stash. It is kind of a grayish green, or if you could have a neutral but have it still be green, I would say this is it. Again, that was the color Ozark. I don't know if this is one that they normally create. I got this one as part of the Fabric of the Month Club. I don't know what month it was, but it's the only thing I've ever gotten from Color and Cotton was from their Fabric of the Month clubs. So hopefully they make this because I will be ordering more when I'm done. Got pretty far on that guy. All right, the last thing that I worked on over the last 2 weeks, I wish I'd gotten more stitching done. I think I've been tracking how much time I spend stitching each day, and like Monday through Thursday, the last 2 weeks have just been too hectic and there has been 0 stitching done. So the only stitching I've been doing has been on the weekends lately. So I usually average about 3 hours a day each weekend. So a fair amount of progress for that amount of time, but you know, if you're a stitcher, you always wish you have more time to stitch. So maybe there'll be more time this next week. But there was time to stitch on the temperature tree. So I am stitching Temperature Tree by Stitching Mommy this year. This was inspired by Carolyn Cizek Stitch. She stitched this last year. Every Flosstube video, I would watch her show this piece. She would be stitching it every Sunday. And I decided I wanted to stitch that because I just wanted, number one, it's a tree. I love trees almost as much as birds. And it'd just be kind of fun to see, you know, all the different temperatures throughout the year. So I'm gonna stitch it. I was warned by people who know me well. I may hate my life if I'm stitching this tree because you have to continue to stitch on it all throughout the year. I'm a little stubborn. I did not listen, so I'm stitching this tree. I do like it, but it is kind of weird to, you know, just when you have to do something, it's a little bit different than just wanting to do it. So it's okay though. We're current for now. I'm stitching my tree on a 32 count Jobelin by BirdsEyeStitches in the color Awakening. We are here, and I believe I had all the called for colors. Actually, I need to order, I think, 4 colors. I tried to just pull from stash and make it work, but the way that the colors go, you know, from cold to hot, I had a hard time trying to put one like right in the middle that had the right type of gradient, I guess you could say. So I'm just gonna order, it's 4 of them, or I'll pick them up from the local cross stitch store. We'll see if they have them on site. So that's where we're at. I also ordered, part of the stash that I got was some more classic colorworks and the color Muddy Puddle. This is the color you guys basically chose. I put it up a few videos ago asking what color to stitch the tree in. So this is beautiful. I ran out, which is why I only got to here. So my plan for this tree, besides stitching the leaves every week, is when this house is done, which will be very soon, this will remain with me. And even though I have a lot of other things to stitch on, these are like, it's a block of color, right? I have to do the trunk and then the limbs. So they're blocks of color in one color. So I will be using this to make my snowballs for the rest of the month. So I'll maybe only make 1 snowball per weekend, but that's okay. I really want to get the next limb completely stitched up and the rest of the base of the tree before next month comes around. So that's where we're at. I have stitched all the way up until I think 2 days ago worth of leaves, because 2 days ago it was 79 degrees here in Arizona, and that jumped into a different color, and I just got to a stopping point and I just didn't want to grab that color. So I figured, good stopping point, do the rest next week. But I really like this tree so far. I'm excited to see it go into the oranges and reds and things like that. But for now, it's beautiful blues and greens, which look really nice on this color fabric, Awakening. This is another beautiful fabric that once I run out, I'll check my stash to see if I have something similar. I feel like I might, but if I don't, I will end up ordering another piece just to have on hand because I really like this color. All right, that is all my whips. Next up, just a little bit of plans. I don't know if it's Carolyn or Caroline. I'm gonna guess Caroline. If I'm wrong, please let me know. But it was Caroline, work in progress. She left me a comment on my last video. She said that she is also, or she owns the dandelion ladybug piece that I talked about. She hasn't really stitched on it much, so she was hoping that this would inspire her to put some stitches into it. I'm sorry to say, this is no inspiration just yet because I haven't picked it up yet. But it is on my Whip Go board and it is the next square that I'm going to work on. So later on tonight, I will be getting started on this guy here. I don't know what it's actually called, but I call it the dandelion ladybug. I had to look at it to see. Apparently I couldn't look at it in the screen. I don't know. But I'm stitching this on Outback Jack from BirdsEyeStitches, piece of Lugana, 27 count, and we're here. So I have lots of progress to be made. I have 10 hours to do. We'll see if I do that this week. I'll probably only get about 5 hours done this week because I have a lot of stuff to stitch for the Magazine Monthly Challenge. So the Magazine Monthly Challenge, if you are not part of that group, it is a fantastic group on Facebook. It is the Magazine Monthly Cross Stitch Challenge. We had to add the word cross stitch because you would not believe the amount of spam people that were trying to join. I guess it was just the word magazine. I don't know, but tons of spam robot people trying to join. So we added cross stitch and now that's been cut back dramatically. Anyway, in that group, we have a theme and then we have an acrostic. So every month we have a theme. Typically the theme is you pull it from magazines. Whole idea is to make use of the magazines that you've had laying around and that you've continued to collect. So you choose any piece out of that. You set your own goal. Some people set a goal to finish it. Some people set a goal to start. Some people just want to work on something. Completely up to you. Then the acrostic, again, it's kind of like 24 hours of cross stitch, to where you set your own goal with everything. And in the acrostic, it can be a mix of magazines and regular projects. I love to say it has to all be magazines, but there's a lot of great things out there, including in magazines, but we don't need to start that many magazine pieces. At least I don't. Some people do, and that's okay. But this year, this month for January, the theme is New Year and the acrostic is Affirm. So I have only worked on the weekends, so I have done no work on anything from my magazine monthly challenge, plans, any of that. I have it all sitting in a pretty little pile, so that is what I'm tackling over this week. We're also doing an event right now called Bingo. It's really fun. We do a daily drawing of a number. Most of those challenges, I guess you could say, the prompts are 1 hour or 100 stitches, depending on if you count stitches or you do time. So that's been really fun. Lots of people already have bingos. We've got a good prize going at the end. I have tons to do for that, but it's just been really fun getting to interact with everyone who's participating. We did a Zoom call yesterday, myself and Carolyn and a handful of folks from the Magazine Monthly Challenge group. We typically do a Zoom call once a month just to do plans and chat. This last one, we talked about plans, and then we talked about our pets, and people were stitching, and it was fun. So anyway, my plans are to get caught up in that world and to stitch on the ladybug dandelion piece. See how that goes. All right, a little bit of haul. Let's see, I signed up for, this was like peer pressure. I'm not really sure why I signed up for this other than peer pressure. I signed up for Crazy Annie's. It's like a monthly finishing club, and she sends you stuff to help you finish FFO your projects. Now, I'm glad that I signed up for this because I have an entire drawer full of finished cross stitch pieces. I've got like, I don't know, I have a lot in there. So I washed and ironed like 6 pieces today, and there's more in there. So pretty good amount. I would like to learn how to do something with them besides framing them. I've watched tons of tutorials on Flosstube. I see all kinds of people's finishes and pieces, and I know I can do it. I just need to learn. So open this up, a little bit crinkly. With this Crazy Annie's finishing pack, every month she sends you stuff to help you finish. So this month, we got a white pencil. I don't know, marking on fabric. I don't really know. It is a General's Pastel Chalk in white. So got a nice pencil. And then there is, it looks like a pin or something. It's got like a little crystal on the end. A really pretty little wooden guy. And you've got blue and white and like a blue lace. So this stuff to kind of go around your piece. It's like a bluish gray. It's really pretty. Then there is a piece of fabric. You know I love this fabric. It's gray. So that'll be really pretty. It's a pretty good sized piece also. Kind of folded in half, but looks like this. So everything works really nice together. You could finish anything for Christmas. At least, you know, a snowman or something along those lines. Oh, and there's a couple other little things in here. Let's see. Maybe, if I can open the package. There it goes. Okay, there's 3 of these little crystal flowers. So these are really pretty. Let's see, and I think, so this all comes from Lady Dots Creates. There's a little note in here. Lady Dot Creates Fluff and Doodads. There is cotton fabric, cotton trim, ribbons, and fun finishing doodads. Why didn't I read this first? I love that. Fun finishing doodads. And they say it's the old sterling tea service, and you can go on to lady.creates.com there. But I believe this was a monthly club sign up. This is the first month that I received it, and I'm excited to put this to use. So stand by, see how that goes. All right, I also received something really fun in the mail from Amy from Amy Loves Toads, one of my favorite Flosstube channels. A lot of the stuff that she stitches, I also really want to stitch because I just find it all beautiful. She sent me this really pretty card. Love that. It's gonna go up on my wall with cards. And then she has recently finished this piece, and I had commented on her channel that I really love that one for the bird wall, and she sent it to me. So this is the Crosswing Collection Red Birds and Raspberries number 14. I think that she stitched this on a piece of either blue or gray, trying to get out of the way of the sun, blue or gray background, but it is really pretty. So I cannot wait to get this one kitted up. This will be beautiful on the bird wall here in the near future. So thank you, Amy. I love this pattern. I can't wait to see it stitched up, and I really love this little postcard. So I don't know what this is. It's a, I'm not gonna try to pronounce this. It's got the scientific name down here. Can you see that? I don't know, it may not focus. I don't know, but it's a great card, so thank you. All right, last thing that I got was just a piece of 14 count light blue Aida. I talked about this before, but my great grandmother-in-law stitched up the Birds of a Feather from Monarch Horizons. She stitched up this piece here with the birds. She stitched it on a piece of 14 count light blue Lugana. I thought I had the other half of her fabric, and I do, but she, when I opened it up, it looks like she's cut the bottom of it she was working on something else apparently, so it wasn't big enough. So I had to order some. So that came in the mail. I will be stitching up the, what is it called? The hummingbirds. What's that word? Hummingbirds. I'll be stitching up the hummingbirds here this year. I had all of the floss. It's all called for DMC, so I had all of that on hand, but I needed the fabric. So that is now here. I showed great restraint. I purchased the fabric and I purchased this, so not too bad. Okay, I think that sums it up. We're just under 30 minutes, so that is perfect. As you can see from the little dots that are forming down my face here, the sun is like right at the angle where it's hitting my window and coming through the little slats. So we'll wrap this up with the giveaway. The giveaway last week was Alessandra Adelaide's All We Need. All We Need is Love. This beautiful heart chart. The word for that was heart, and I did the random word generator from YouTube, a little comment picker, and the winner of this one is Clothesline Crafts Carolyn, or Clothesline Crafts Caroline. And that's 2 Carolines today, so congratulations, you have won this chart. If you will please just send me an email, birdseyestitches@gmail.com. I'll put that down below as well. You can get your address, and I will get this mailed out to you on Friday. So that one. Then for this week's giveaway, I found a little chart, and I was going through all of my charts, made a big pile of stuff for giveaways. This one is called The Garden Sampler by Little Dove Designs. It looks like this. It is super cute. There is some teeny tiny little cute birds right there, and a little tiny squirrel, which I really like. Of course, there's a house going on, and you know, if you're into gardening or you just like charts that have gardens, you might like this. So if you will stitch this, then let's go with the keyword of garden, G-A-R-D-E-N. I will ship this anywhere in the world, so you do not have to be in the US. Might take eternity to get to you, but I will send it to you wherever you happen to live. Just if you would like to stitch it, just use the word garden somewhere in your comment. We all know the rules. Please be 18 so I can get your address. Don't say giveaway or anything that alludes to giveaway. Pretty easy. All right, I think that's all I have for you today. So thanks again for being here. I hope you all are staying safe. I don't know why I can't talk today. Apparently the reason why I film in the morning is so that I can think of the right words and I can speak properly. Because, yeah, words. I'm getting ready to go make some dinner. We're having meatloaf. Went to Costco yesterday. My favorite part of going to Costco is that I get at least one meal that's like sort of pre-made. You just pop it in the oven and it cooks. That's my style of cooking. So we're having that tonight. Watching a movie tonight. That will be fun. I've been watching the TV show on Netflix, the Selena, the series. It's a Netflix original about Selena. I've really enjoyed it because I've been watching that. I told my daughter there's a whole movie about Selena that's really good. So I think we're gonna watch that tonight. So I'm pretty excited for that one. And have some popcorn, have some meatloaf, do some stitching, wrap up a good day and a good weekend. So, all right, hopefully you guys also have a great day. Hopefully you guys have a great week ahead. I will see you next time. Stay safe and happy stitching. Bye.